We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
We've never been so connected before, but we've never been so lonely. Let that sink in. We've never been so connected before, but we were never so lonely. We are already at war, and our war is social media, and the weapons we fight with is our attention. So hoi, what's up guys, and welcome to another Time to Stop Doing thing. This time to stop social media. I did almost a year ago another video. It's called Time to Stop Alcohol. I will link it up there. There I stopped drinking alcohol for 3 months and came to the conclusion that alcohol is neither good or bad. It's how you treat it or how it controls you. So if you have the control over your alcohol consumption and if you're not doing it as a habit, I still believe it's not as bad. And it can give you some benefits, as you see with the people from Sicily, I think it's called in English, because they live pretty long lives and pretty healthy lives, and they drink almost every day a glass of wine, for example. And I've found my perfect sweet spot. I usually drink like 50 to 100 milliliters of vodka with iced tea, and that's almost like one and 1.5 glass of wine, because I googled it before. But that shouldn't be the topic of the video, because today we talk about social media and its destructiveness. What are your reasons you still have social media? Is it because you want to stay connected with your friends? Or you gain inspiration or wisdom from the app? Or if you're being honest with yourself, it's because if you're maybe addicted to the app or to the social validation you gain from it. How many times a day do you think you spend on social media? I think you can check that with Android, I think with iPhone too, and I think you will be surprised how many times you spend mindlessly scrolling through the app without even wanting to scroll through the app. Even if you only search a person or if you want to search something, I think you will be stuck at the Explore page or the first homepage, I think it's called, where you can scroll endlessly. And if you say, okay, I can control myself, it's like a little reward for me after a long day at work or at school to go into social media and to gain a little motivation. For example, if you, I don't know, have some pages where you find some motivation, some reels or stuff like that, then fair enough. If it gives you motivation or inspiration, then okay. But I think 90%, maybe even more of the people don't get that from that. And I think if I asked most people if they know what they watched after half an hour of social media, they probably don't know it. And I think even worse than Instagram is TikTok. I never had the app, but I always read the attention span or the retention of our generation and the generation even below me is the worst of them all. So we've not only been so lonely before, we've never been so distracted before. And probably it's the same with alcohol, but I honestly believe 90, maybe even more % of the people are better off without social media. I see it with myself. I'm doing YouTube. I would have probably more reasons than most people to have social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter or whatever. But I realize it's holding me more back than it's benefiting me. Because honestly, the time I spent mindlessly scrolling through, the time I spent making assumptions of other people, of their profiles and thinking they are like that, and then probably not speaking to them because I think they're like that. And even, for example, if you have a good workout, you feel good about yourself, you're gaining that self-confidence. And then you see on Instagram, at least how I projected it always, 90% of the people look better than you. And then you feel like shit. And yeah, maybe it gets better with time. I realized that too. The older I got, the less affected I was from it. But even if you don't do it for that, I think most people can't control themselves. I can't control it. And I think even the most disciplined people have problems controlling themselves using social media. Because think about it, the app is designed to keep you on it. They want you to spend as much time as possible on their apps. It's designed for that. They're trying their absolute best to keep you stuck on these platforms. And you're missing out on life. Really. Look at your screen time. And then think about the time you can spend with your family, friends, in nature, doing stuff you really want to do. Because really, do you really want to see all those things? Do you really care about that your friend is now in Greece having a good time and you are at work thinking everyone is living a better life than you? Are you really interested? Even with myself, I took pictures of my food and posted it. Were you really interested in that? Probably not. It's even more funnier. I just realized that days ago. A good friend of mine deleted social media completely off his phone and all his accounts, I think a month ago, and I really see how good he's feeling. Honestly, he feels like another man, another person, like he gained back his old life. The life you probably had as a child. The life full of experiences, feelings, relationships. But we fear of missing out. We think if we delete it, we're disconnected from the world. But honestly, it's the other way around. So really, delete social media, delete Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, and start living. Do it for at least a week, please. If you don't do it for me, do it for your own mental health. Because that's the most valuable thing that you have. And I think I will end it with that. And shout out to Hamza too, because he inspired me to make this video. He had like 80k followers on Instagram, and he too is another YouTuber. And if even he has enough reasons to stop social media, then probably you too. If you don't earn any money, if you don't work through social media, if you don't have a business on social media, honestly, what are your reasons? And if you have some good ones, comment it down below. But I think you're probably lying to yourself. And your addiction is stronger than your reasons. And it's no wonder no one really promotes it, because every influencer nowadays has social media. They need it. And I'm grateful, honestly, I'm grateful that I have such a small presence on Instagram or even YouTube, that I was in a position where I couldn't care less to delete my account, because I hadn't to lose anything. The positives really outweighed the negatives, and I'm now 3 or 4 days in and I've never felt better, honestly. I'm excited for life again. Excited for the time that I spent mindlessly scrolling through the app to start really spending my time wisely. Maybe I will make an update video on that to see how it affected me long term. But for now, that's everything. So stop using social media and start truly living. Goodbye. Vielen Dank.